have intrigued individuals and fascinated societies for centuries and generated all kinds of emotions, from greed to envy and from pride to jealousy. Diamonds have been symbols of love and romance, but wars may have been fought over diamonds as well. The history of Kohinoor has been intriguing and exciting enough for Bollywood to make a movie titled Kohinoor in 1960, a super hit starring Dilip Kumar. Kohinoor, the diamond, not only symbolizes colonial loot and remains a symbol of national pride. Large sections of society are waiting for the day when India will secure it back. A diamond. Kohinoor and Cullinan are names of diamonds known globally. Have you ever heard of or can you recollect name of any other stone? That is what diamonds are to the world. Diamonds have been made more glamorous and aspirational by Hollywood. Lyrics of the song Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend, sung by the legendary Marilyn Monroe in the 1949 super hit Broadway musical Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, has said it all. Is this why generally most men want to propose with a diamond ring for their lady? A 1971 James Bond 007 movie from UK, Diamonds Are Forever, has cast this line in stone and added to the mystique around diamonds. Today, as global tastes evolve and consumer choices become more discerning, the world of diamonds demands not just appreciation, but also deeper understanding. How can they be evaluated by the uninitiated? What are the four C's? What is the difference between natural diamonds and the lab grown ones? Will the lab grown ones gradually replace the natural ones? Are the lab grown diamonds a passing fad or will both coexist? Today's session promises to provide some insights into these issues. Diamonds today are at a critical juncture. Customers are no longer satisfied with beauty alone. They seek transparency, authenticity, and responsibility. Forward-looking jewelers and businesses are already embracing responsible sourcing, certification, traceability, and sustainable practices. These transitions, while challenging, are also unlocking new avenues for trust, innovation, and competitive advantage. India, with its centuries-old legacy in gems and jewelry and its position today as one of the world's leading cutting and polishing centers for diamond, has both a special opportunity and a responsibility. Our artisanship, our global networks, and our reputation for excellence places us at the forefront of this industry. Initiatives promoting hallmarking, certification, and ethical sourcing are already making an impact. The question is, how can we, as businesses and individuals, ensure that this heritage is preserved while also adapting to the modern demands of ethics, transparency, and global best practices? It is through Know Your Diamonds, knowledge sharing platform like today's session, that ideas are exchanged, awareness is deepened, and trust is strengthened, laying a solid foundation for the continued growth of this timeless industry. With these words, I once again thank our guest speaker, Srimati Sheetal Bamalwa, guests, and all participants for joining us today. I am confident that the insights shared in this session will enrich our understanding about diamonds. I now invite Srimati Renuka Shah, Chairperson, Bharat Chamber Ladies Forum, to kindly introduce our esteemed guest speaker for today's session. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Nareshji. Sheetal Bamalwa, Nareshji Pachishia, my colleagues in the committee and the Ladies Forum, guests and friends. Namaste, good afternoon, and a very warm welcome to our event today. It is indeed a pleasure and privilege to introduce a very close acquaintance of mine, Sheetal Bamalwa, a diamantaire, entrepreneur, mentor, and an inspiring voice for women in leadership. She is the co-owner of Nimichan Bamalwa and Sons Jewelers, one of the most respected names in fine jewelry, with a legacy of trust and craftsmanship. Sheetal's journey is as remarkable as the diamonds she works with. An engineer by training, she completed her BTech in computer science from MNIT, Jaipur. She entered the jewelry industry as early as 1999, where she was rigorously mentored by her father-in-law, the late Sri Madan Lalji Bamalwa. Over the years, she has carved her own identity as a jeweler who combines artistry with authenticity and tradition with transparency. Believing that knowledge is empowerment, Sheetal has consistently worked to demystify diamonds for the common buyer. She writes a weekly column publishing diamond rates in vernacular dailies across Eastern India, helping customers understand how diamond pricing really works. She has also been featured in the GIA Origin Stories and continues to champion greater awareness about jewelry as not just adornment but also as an asset. Friends, across centuries, diamonds have been symbols of beauty, rarity, and wealth, but they are also increasingly recognized as timeless assets. Unlike trends that come and go, diamonds endure, carrying both emotional significance and financial value. They remind us that true worth lies in strength, clarity, and endurance. In a world where markets fluctuate, diamonds continue to hold their luster as a store of value, just as they hold emotional significance across cultures. They say a diamond is a piece of coal that did well under pressure. In many ways, today's speaker, Sheetal Bamalwa, embodies this saying, resilient, multifaceted, and ever shining. With these words, I wish to now request Sheetal Bamalwa to address the audience. Thank you. And it's over to you, Sheetal.
Thanks. Thank you so much. I would like to say hello to everyone. Very good afternoon. And I would like to thank Bharat Chamber of Commerce for having me as a speaker, and especially Naresh ji and Renuka ji for being persistent in spite of the catastrophe that we had for the 23rd September, to keep pushing the dates, and we reached to a final date. And I know there's a little technical glitch, so I'll move my place there and I'll continue from there. Yeah, thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Naresh ji and Renuka ji, for endorsing diamonds before I started my session. I don't need to talk whether we need diamonds or not, because you made it very clear we do. It's really a big honor to be speaking in a forum which is as big as Bharat Chamber of Commerce. I would like to give a disclaimer that I'm not a speaker. I'm just passionate about the subject. So pardon me for any glitches, and I would just like to start the session. So I think before we start about diamonds, I would like to go on how jewelry has always been a very special place in our culture. Like, as newlywed, when I was given jewelry, they were just pretty adornments. If we start with, they were like, what will match with which outfit? But the intrinsic value wasn't something that I was very aware of. And when I joined this family business, it was after a lot of struggle that I joined. Me being an engineer, I wanted to do something different, but thank goodness that I did that. And I was told or taught how to understand the cultural aspect the understanding of Stridhan, its asset value. It was an eye opener. I understood the foresightedness of the ancestors, why they imbibed giving jewelry at the time of marriage in our culture. So, today, when we explore this topic, the idea is to understand the assets, to become a seasoned buyer, and to be more confident in buying in future. So, what we are doing today is understanding the nomenclature of this industry so that when we go next, whether we are able to totally understand how to look at a diamond or not, but we will know the questions that we have to ask for buying one. So please note down your questions. Interaction is the key. I would love to take as many questions as possible, but I take a stall. After every segment, I'll take a pause and we can take up the questions. Okay. So now, why do ladies love diamonds? You've made it very clear that why diamonds are important, but let's say why does that smile come on a lady's face when the diamond is gifted to her? So when I see the new generation coming in with the buyers in our family, the value of diamonds is not diamonds or jewelry is not appreciated as much as the other holidays or other things. So before we move on to knowing diamonds, let's prefer why diamonds by ladies are preferred over the other asset classes. Okay. Materialistically, the women are enticed with diamonds. Why? Because I think the diamonds give them a sense of empowerment. When you enter a place and you are dressed up with your best of diamonds, your diamonds speak for you. You get your recognition with that diamond that you are wearing. It also defines you in some way. So I feel the diamonds empower women every day. But then, are we talking about the asset? Are we talking about the investment value? Well, I would say there must be gold lovers in this house. Let's take a poll on who all are the gold lovers. So my parents strongly believe in gold, and they are still investing in gold whenever it comes to investment. I think the reason is that you get the best exchange, immediate exchange in cash by gold. Diamonds are a little difficult to whatever. God forbid we don't need to sell them, but I'm saying that it's easily liquidable. And also the second thing is that it's standardized all across the globe. We know that it's an 18 carats, easily testing. कोई भी चीज का टेस्टिंग बहुत आसानी से हो जाता है. So you know that the gold is very standardized. Now, gold is standardized, but imagine a 1 kg gold and moving it from one room to another room. You do not want people to see it, but imagine the same 1 kg gold value on your hand in a ring. So the mobility of a diamond is better than gold. And that's what my second point is. Could you tell me another asset which is very, very like we believe in it? One is gold. I am talking about diamonds. Let's talk about one more asset class which is very prevalent. I think property. Mutual funds, yes, definitely. You know, when I'm talking from a lady's perspective. आपके घर में कौन सी ladies के हाथ में mutual funds है? None of the ladies. See, I'm not talking about those who have come out, become financially independent. I'm talking about a general, everybody at home. Yeah, silver and gold, I'm taking in the same category. But yes, you said property, and I would say property is the second investment, which is very strong investment. When we talk about passing it on to the generation, very easy, it cannot be moved. So it's at the same place. But you need to be the sole owner of that property. Okay. If it's not that, then all the lawyers, brokers, the entire office just flashes in front of the eyes when it comes to doing anything with the property. So the ladies are more comfortable because this on the hand is the least maintenance asset. It can move across with you to borders and there is no one questioning you because it's yours. So I think that's why diamonds are preferred by ladies. So anyone asking their Women at home, why do you prefer diamonds? I think we have the clear picture of what's going on in the mind, right? But so what are we trying to, what's coming up on the, okay, thank you so much. So the outline of today's event is that we will understand the four C's of a diamond. Now there are some factors which are beyond the four C's, which are not on the certificate. So we will understand what are those. Then we will evaluate a Rappaport. What is a Rappaport? Is the page in front of you. This is Rappaport. So when we talk about this, this comes. And we will also do, because as Nareshji rightly said, with the lab grown infesting in the market, everybody's question is, do we still do? What is the clarity about lab grown and diamonds? So we will do lab grown versus diamonds. Anything else I can take up in the questions. So what I have on the slide is a GIA certificate. Now GIA is the Gemological Institute of America, and this is the highest authenticity lab. And this is what's on the back side of a GIA certificate. I'm sure you must be having at home any certificate that's lying. All of the certificates have almost the similar property. I've just gotten a GIA certificate. Now, before moving on to knowing about the diamond, these are some things that I'm going to talk about in the presentation. So I'm just letting everybody know. This is the anatomy of a diamond. So the basic diamond structure is like this. Now the girdle, the girdle is the edge of the diamond. If you see a jewelry set, the prongs are closed on this girdle. So the tip on the circumference of the diamond is what we call a girdle. Now table is the top that you see from where the light is reflected. The culet is the tip, या चोटी बोलते हैं अपन घर पे, चोटी of the diamond. If we talk about Golconda diamonds, the उनका major identification is वो चोटी कटा होता है. That's the culet. And depth, as the name suggests, is how deep the diamond is. तो अपन अगर बोलते हैं पलचा है या फैलावटी है, तो वो diamond की depth कम होती है. So it's the height of the diamond when you hold it like this. And so far so good. We come to the first segment, which is the four C's of the diamond. Now, any guesses what are the four C's? Wow, fantastic. So those are the four C's. Now, in my preference, personal preferences, color, clarity, carat, and cut. Why color as the first preference? वैसे तो size होना चाहिए. मेरे को लगता है जो दिखता है वो बिकता है. So बहू की अंगूठी पीली नहीं होनी चाहिए is the first thing we hear when a mother-in-law is coming to buy a diamond. And that's why the color as the first thing. So when you have your toolkits by your side, can we please all of us just open these? Anyone who doesn't have a toolkit has come later? Yeah, thank you. आपका ये ले लीजिए please. Yes. And Aruna, can we have the moissanite samples ready, please? Can I have all of them? So the first, you have the toolkit ready. There are few, so there are few things that are there in the toolkit. There is a small glove which has the eyeglass. We can take that out. This is how we'll keep the eyeglass ready. Yeah. These are color sheets. So we have these color sheets. There are markers on it. We just fold these markers. Okay. I'm sorry if you were thinking I'm going to be making everyone work. It's going to be like by the end of it, we'll be like we have done some good workshop thing at the end. So this is how we fold it. This is a color grading sheet. Today we are just going to use the two of them, the eyeglass and the color grading sheet. There is a blue color cloth which is called a silhouette, which is the microfiber which is used to clean the dust particles on the diamonds when we grade it. Tweezer is there to hold the diamond. We are not using it today. White paper is the color grading paper. The loop is the 10 times magnification glass. This is going to make you see the inside of the diamond. And if you don't have one, we are going to see the fingerprints today. I'm usually speaking in a women's forum. They all have their rings on their hands. So we are able to focus on it. Okay, so going on to the first, which is the color. Visible by a naked eye. Color is seen at the girdle. So like I told you, the girdle is the tip of the, so we always see the color sideways. So in this sheet, we place the diamonds inside and this is how you hold. So the tip is on one side and the table is on one side and you see the color on the girdle. Round में सबसे कम color दिखता है because round does not have any point. Any other shape, the tip is where the color concentrates. So अगर मैं last color K खरीद रही हूँ round diamond में, मैं fancy shapes के अंदर में wherever there is a tip, I would buy a color better. Like I would, did I say a K? I would buy a J. If I'm buying a J in round, I would buy an I in color. We will come to color later, just coming. And so first C, I would say is color. Now going to color. Color is a visible property. Now you see the slide. Color is the gradual increase in the yellow hue of the diamond. So you see the D, E, F colors are mostly white. G, H, I, J also do not get the hue so strong. But beyond that, like a K, L, M, you get the tint of yellow in the color. And the range of the color is such that D is the whitest. And we have usually reputed jewelers, we'll have M as the last color that we'll put into anything. But abhi और थोड़ा सा better हो गया है with people understanding their awareness. I think J or K is the last color that anybody is taking into purchase. Yeah, so far so good. Now these are samples, although we have white light in the room, but I'll pass it around and you could see the color samples first. You can just, I'm just starting from here and you can just take a round and just can come. Yeah. If you can see from one end to another end, the color samples are written and you will see the yellowness increasing in the color. Now, how does the price range as per the color? So the lower the color, the lesser the price. And it's a linear graph, as you can see, of the color and value. So the better the color, for the same size, it will be more expensive. Now, color tinge of hue, the yellow hue that you are seeing, that's okay. That's just a color grade. But other than that, when we see through this white sheet, we also get tinge of diamonds. So if we are getting a greenish tinge in the diamond, I hope this is not getting recorded. Yeah, it's not supposed to. Please switch it off. Thank you. So when we have the color tinge in the diamond, the green tinge is all obvious of the Zimbabwe origin diamonds. They have a slight green tinge. अब क्या होता है सेम डायमंड्स के साथ में होंगे उनका डायमंड का वैल्यू कम होगा बट यू इफ यू आर नॉट अवेयर ऑफ इट इट्स नॉट मेंशन्ड ऑन द सर्टिफिकेट्स कलर जस्ट सेज DEFGH कलर बट देयर इज अ ग्रीन टिंज वो नहीं बताते हैं फिर ब्राउन टिंज जो हम लोग बोलते हैं बद पत्थर बोलते थे घर में पहले या LC और LB लोअर कलर एंड लाइट ब्राउन कलर ये भी बोलते हैं तो उसमें ब्राउन टिंज होता है दैट्स आल्सो नॉट मेंशन्ड इन द सर्टिफिकेट्स so there is a steel milky or a cloud tinge like you can't see the end of the diamond you can see a haziness in the diamond that's a milkiness in the diamond so these are apart from the color you have to also see that this is not there. So whenever you buy a diamond, you put it in this white sheet under only a tube light. The sunlight is not the best light. It has a yellow tinge already. The diamond looks yellower. So we see under a white light and we see if we are seeing any other tinge. And all you need to ask is, do you see a green tinge in the color? And if the person is offering you something which is a green tinge, they will get little or more aware. So it's all about asking questions.